Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Autumn Embers and today I am building Sabrina Spellman home, which is a part and appears in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and I absolutely love this show. I was going to make this house for Halloween, but I was kind of focusing all my attentions on the Disney Haunted Mansion. Now, I absolutely love that vision because I adore the voiceover. I love that voiceover. It feels like I let go a little bit. And I was just basically reminiscing about my time in Florida that I got to spend with my family, and I had a really good time. I would love to visit Florida once again with my family once this is all over, once it's safe to do so and I got a little bit of money. And yeah, I would love to go there, and I love that video. I'm really happy that I got to spend that much amount of time on that video because I absolutely love it and adore it, but at the same time there were other things that I would like to create for the Halloween season, but I never got around to doing that because, yeah, like I said, I was spending so much time on that video, and I'm happy that I did. But I also wanted to create this build here, as well as that creepy dude from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He is old. He sings the Hellfire song, and it's a proper creepy song. And when I was a teenager, I used to do a lot of like BuzzFeed quizzes or like Disney quizzes because I love Disney. And I don't know why I whispered that. I hate when people whisper and you've got your earphones in. It's alright if you've got headphones, but earphones, it's proper creepy. Well, I find it proper creepy when people whisper that. I don't like it. It proper freaks me out. So I don't know why I whispered that. But when I was a teenager, I used to do lots of like Disney quizzes and BuzzFeed quizzes just to pass the time after school. I just want to relax a little bit. And I used to do a lot of them. And whenever a Disney question popped up saying which one of these Disney villains is your like favourite or the most evil, I would always go for Scar because, you know, Scar killed his brother and then made his nephew believe that he killed his dad, and that's proper evil, that's evil. And so I would always go for Scar. But then I rewatched The Hunchback of Notre Dame when I was slightly older, and then I realised that old creepy guy, that I can't remember his name, he's proper creepy and evil. And so I was like, okay, I would like to make him for Halloween, but I never got around to it because I was spending a lot of my attention and time onto the Haunted Mansion. I'm really happy that I did. But since I found out that part 4 was coming, it was coming on the 31st of December, I was like, right, this is a great time for me to build the house, the Spellman's house, just to celebrate the final part. And I don't know, I have watched it. I don't really know what I think of it. It hasn't really left much of an impression on me, which I think is weird because it is the last ever part that we are getting from this show, and it hasn't really left much an impression on me. I feel kind of flat from the ending. I know the ending was kind of sad with, spoiler, Sabrina, the Earth Sabrina dying, and then Nick also dying to join her in, was it heaven? It kind of looked like heaven. But yeah, I know that was sad, but the whole of it, the whole part of like season 4, I don't know, it just felt kind of flat to me. It just kind of felt flat for me. This is just my opinion, but it just kind of felt flat. I felt a little bit, I don't know if disappointed is the right word. It feels a bit strong to say that, but I felt a bit let down, let's say let down, by how Sabrina's way out the show, where she bowed out the show. I felt a little bit let down because isn't she Hell Sabrina? Doesn't Hell Sabrina have a little bit more power because she's, you know, the queen of hell? So I thought, is that it? Is that how she bows out of the show? Is that it? Is that how she goes? I felt a little bit let down by that. I don't know. And yeah, I just felt, I don't know, it didn't really, I don't know. I feel like I should watch it again because I kind of binge watched it. I watched it in 3 days. I had to watch some of the episodes in parts because other people would like to watch some telly that they like, because not everyone in my house likes doing Adventures of Sabrina, which is fine. And we do have like Netflix and other TVs in the house, but the only room in the house at the moment that it is warm and not absolutely freezing is the living room, and that's because of the fireplace. That's where the fireplace lives. And so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I feel like I need to rewatch it again because I wasn't too convinced by part three. Part of me really wanted to like it, so I defended it. It's like, it's okay, it was alright. But part of me was like, was it? And so I rewatched it again and again and again and again, and I didn't mind part three once I watched it for like 5 times over and over again. It was alright. So part of me is feeling like I should just watch part four again without any interruptions, just binge watch it in a really cold room somewhere because I don't want to take up the main living area. It's not fair. I've already watched it before, so let's just go watch it in one of the colder rooms. And yeah, because I don't know, it just kind of fell flat for me. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. So, talking about the cold weather, I'm just going to say this because this is really strange. This is something that I've noticed because last summer, we had really hot temperatures. We had 35 degrees, which is something really unusual because when I was growing up, the hottest it got was 25 degrees. So, and when it was 25 degrees, it was like, wow, this is really hot, it's a heat wave. Now I'm slightly older, it's now creeping up to about 35 degrees. And normally when the temperature cools down a bit, there's a storm. And the temperature's cooled down. It went down to, I don't know, 26 degrees. And the rest of the country had storms. They had thunderstorms, they had hail, they had lightning, and so my mum and I were expecting to have storms down in London. So we bought popcorn. We prepared ourselves. We bought popcorn so we could enjoy like a movie time or a movie night while it's raining cats and dogs outside and be nice and cozy and warm. But not too hot, so you're not sweating and not enjoying yourself. And guess what happened? We did not get any hailstones or storms or lightning or thunder of any kind in my area. And the rest of the UK had all of that. They had all that jazz. And my area, nothing. We had like clouds, like, stormy looking clouds with a little bit of rain. And that was it. It's like, we had really hot temperatures. We cooled down quite significantly. I can't say that word. But we had lots of like heat, and then we got like lots of like no heat and no storm. How does that work? And now the rest of the country is seeing snow or like a sprinkle of snow, and once again nothing has happened. All we've got is cold temperatures and grey clouds and nothing else. And it's really annoying because the rest of the country is seeing snow or frost and we are seeing absolutely nothing, and it's absolutely freezing. Even my room that I'm in now, it is freezing. Normally for like the rest of the time it's okay, my room, because it's kind of near the kitchen, like down below, so it kind of stinks when we like have curry or stuff like that, so that's not great. But it does, kind of get warm, especially because my bedroom, it has the chimney press from the fireplace down below, because my bedroom's actually above the living room, and sometimes when the fire goes from downstairs, since my bed is against the chimney breast that's been used down below, you put your hand on it, so oh, it's nice and warm. So my room tends to get slightly warmer than the rest, apart from my mum and dad's bedroom because that's right upstairs, and heat rises. But yeah, pretty much the rest of the house is frozen, and the living room is the only place that has any heat to it. And so yeah, I don't mind being cold if there's snowing outside, but there's no snow, so I feel a little bit disappointed and let down by it, because it'll be alright if we had a bit of snow or frost, it'll be alright, but it just feels like my area is in some sort of dome or something, because we're not experiencing the weather that we should be experiencing like the rest of the country is experiencing. It doesn't make sense. I know it's January, still got February, that's still winter. And yeah, we could get some. I could have snow on my birthday. That would be nice. But yeah, just bit flat with the part 4. Just bit flat with the weather. Just being bit flat. All right. So, anyways, I have made buildings, or well, sort of houses from shows. For example, I have made Buffy's home. I have made Sherlock's apartment. I have made Will's Byers' home from Stranger Things, and with those houses, I have noticed that the interior and the exterior don't quite match up, and that's the same with this home here from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the exterior of the home is actually a home that we have in real life, but I do know the interior of the house is a set. And I'm really, really happy that we have videos on YouTube of the actors showing us around the set, because when you do some of these shows, you don't get that, and so you just have to use screenshots you've taken yourself from scenes that you can remember from the show, or you've found pictures on Pinterest or Google or Instagram, mainly Pinterest or Google. But I was really lucky, I was really happy that I could find YouTube videos of the actors showing us around, which was great. So that means I could quite happily get this house as close as I can possibly get it, so it can look like the the house from the show, because that's what you want when you spend so much time on a build like this, like I did. You really, really want the house that you're building to look like it comes from the show. You want people to recognise it instantly. They go, oh, I recognise that. That's from blah, blah, blah. And you go, at last. I've done it. Yay, because that's what you want. And I got that. I think I got that from the inside. It took a while because their clutter, they really go to town on it, because when I do like other builds which isn't like from shows, I tend to clutter to the amount it kind of looks like I've just cluttered a show homeroom, or someone's moved in but half the crap is still in boxes. But this place, the clutter that they have, you can quite clearly see they've been here for quite some time and they've accumulated a lot of stuff. So that took me some time to do, and to make it look like it's from the show. But also, I noticed I've actually should have built this place from the inside out, because I quickly realised the shape that I first got at the very beginning, it was a little bit too small, and I was kind of looking at it going, is this it? It looks a bit small, doesn't it? And then I started to build it from the inside out, building the layout and then building it from the outside, and then it got a lot bigger. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. And I just felt like this is what I should have done from the start. This is probably the other reason why this build video is so long. And I do know other people have made this house and their videos are a lot shorter. And it occurred to me they also did the same thing. They built it from the inside out. They built it layout first, exterior later. And I don't know why that didn't occur to me when I was building it, because I watched their videos. I should have just done what they did, just doing it from the inside out. And yeah, so thank you for clicking on this video and lasting this long. You're halfway through the video, 15 minutes more to go so far. And so yeah, sometimes, most of the times, when you're making things from shows because you love them, you want to recreate what you see in the show. Sometimes the interior doesn't really quite match up to the exterior because the exterior is probably a building somewhere in real life, whereas the interior is just a set inside of a building somewhere else that's nowhere near the thing in real life. So yeah, I went about it a little bit the wrong way round, and therefore the build itself is slightly longer than I wanted. I did try my best trying to make this video as short as I possibly can get without, not making it any sense. I could, like this voiceover, part of me is like, did all that explanation make any sense? Because I went on a bit of a rant and then I came back to it and I was like, did that make sense? But anyway, let's just move on from that. So I am doing the kitchen. So we do have a lot of pictures of the kitchen. I also weirdly found, I didn't listen to it, but it's an ASMR of sounds, like kitchen sounds, but they used the Ching Adventures, the dining room bit of the kitchen, and I didn't listen to it, but I was like, oh, this is great, because I couldn't get like a proper clear idea of what the dining room area of the kitchen looked like, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm not going to listen to your ASMR because I don't like ASMR. I can't stand the whispering when people whisper. And you're listening with earphones in, I can't stand it. It freaks me out. It's like, I can't, no, I can't stand it. But I had a look at the picture because they got a picture. So that was great, so thanks for that. And I had a really great time doing like the cluttery bits for the island in the middle of the kitchen, which is huge, by the way. I did have to like scale it down a little bit because I think I made the build itself a little bit too big, so I did go ahead and scale it down, just shrink it down a little bit. I mean, it's a huge house, so it's a little bit too big for me, so I felt like just squeeze it down a little bit. But I did had a great time cluttering up that little island bit in the middle of the kitchen. So I used a lot of clutter items from the hidden objects part of the debug menu, and I had a lot of fun. I put down sort of like roasting trays that looked like they were empty roasting trays. Then you put them on down like on the counter, and out pops a chicken or a turkey. Kind of looks like chicken because chickens are smaller than turkeys. Turkeys are huge. So it kind of looks like chicken. I also put down so like a mixing bowl, a spoon. Oh, I also found some dough in the catalogue, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Then I found the mixing bowl, and I put the dough inside the mixing bowl because that's where you would normally find dough if it's been tipped out and then kneaded onto the counter. But I thought I really like that idea. So if you download this house on the gallery, my name is Autumn Embers YT on the gallery, all one word, and go and download this house, go to the kitchen, go and find the mixing bowl on the counter, and go and look at this dough inside the bowl. I'm so happy and pleased and proud of myself. I put dough in a bowl because that's where you would normally find it, unless you're kneading it and pouring it into a bread tin or proving it. But yeah, I'm really happy about that. I had really lots of fun time doing that. I was called to dinner. I was like, dinner's ready, Laura. I was like, oh, but I'm cluttering the island bit in the middle of the kitchen. I've just started and I really would like to continue. And I should have actually closed down the game, but I was having so much fun cluttering up the little kitchen island bit. I was like, numbers can wait. I can do that later. So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that, and as I was decorating this house, it kind of occurred to me and reminded me that when I was doing the interior for the Edwardian home for my Houses Through the Ages series, I was kind of reminded when I was doing that, the Edwardian home, I was kind of reminded like, oh yeah, I remember thinking when I was doing the interior of the Edwardian home, I was going, oh, the Tiffany lamps and the standing lamps that have the tassels around the lampshade. I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of something. Oh, this kind of reminds me of the Sabrina Spellman's home. And I was like, oh, do I mention that in my voiceover during the Edwarding voiceover? Do I mention that? I don't know. But part of me was like, no, I don't mention it, because part of me wasn't too confident that the Spellman home was inspired by the Edwardian style. But now I've done this build and decorated it and, you know, looked really closely with all the screenshots, I'm gonna say with a little bit more confidence than I would normally done, I think the Spellman home is heavily inspired by the Edwardian interior design. That's it, it's out there now. I'm not going to take it back, because there are a lot of similarities between the Edwardian interior and this interior that you see within the Spellman's home. There's just so much of it. So yeah, I said it, it's out there now, I can't take it back. I could probably edited it out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it there because I am confident in saying that, clearly. So this is the Sabrina Spellman bedroom, which is rather large. I also had to condense it, just make it a little bit smaller, because I felt like I made it a little bit too big. And so I just made it a little bit smaller, and I'm a lot happier than it was looking, because it was a little bit too big. And the little windowsill sitting area that we have, I think it works. I haven't play tested it yet because I haven't taken the screenshots, and that's normally when I would play test my builds, and I'm not too sure if that works. But when the platforms update came out, I did experiment with a window seating areas, because I saw lots of other people do that, and I kind of got the gist of how they were doing it. And it worked then. My sim plonked their butt down and they sat down, and it looked great. It looked like a window seating area. But I haven't done it since then. So I hope they can sit their butts down, but I'm not entirely sure. So I have to go and check that out. But if it doesn't work, I will fix it. I want to keep it, because you do see kind of like a window seating area in the screenshot. So I want to keep it there. But I may have to change it slightly to make it work, but hopefully it works. So yeah, this is her bedroom. It's absolutely huge. I noticed she has a lot of like I don't know what's actually on the walls, but I put down movie posters, because she has a lot of like stuff stuck on our walls, like lots of like posters on our walls. So I put down movie posters because I think it was like the very first scene we see of Sabrina. She is watching like a horror film in the cinema. Then she goes to the shop, the comic place shop that serves milkshakes. Can't remember it. Yeah, but she goes then she sort of like analyze it with her friends. So I do put down lots of movie posters, because I do see a lot of poster type things on her wall, so I thought that makes sense if she would have like movie posters, so I just stuck them down there. This is her ensuite, again absolutely massive. I think her bedroom and her ensuite is a lot larger than the auntie's room, and we do see it in the show, so I just put down the freestanding bathtub that we see that's just sitting in the middle of the bathroom. And I do put down a little bit of clutter, because you do see that. So moving on to Auntie Hilda and Auntie Zelda's bedroom, which they both share. Now, we do see a lot of the Spellman's house throughout each season or each part, but we don't really see much of the Auntie's room. We see it in an episode in part 1 with Batty Bat. And we also see a little bit of it in the episode where Zelda takes Letitia home with her to the Spellman's house. But saying that, we don't really see what's going on. I can kind of see that they have like a purpley floral duvet cover and perhaps some sort of paneling on the wall, and that's about it. And as I was doing Ambrose's room or Ambrose's mortuary downstairs underneath the house, I was looking at it, I was thinking about it, like I don't like Auntie's Hilda or Zelda's room. I don't like it. There's something about it that I don't like. I like the rest of the house. It really fits like the Edwardian look that's going on with it. But the auntie's room, don't like it. There's something wrong with it. So after once the house was done and I was just about to upload it to the gallery, I was like, I can't do this. I gotta change the auntie's room. There's something about it. I just don't like it. So I went about it. I changed it. I then realised that I wasn't recording and I was changing a lot to the room. So I pressed record, and some of the clips with the Aunt Hilda's and Zelda's bedroom is slightly out of order. But I couldn't go and upload the build with the way it was looking with that bedroom, and I was not happy with it. So I do change it to the purple duvet covers and adding a few more purple elements into the room, and I'm a lot happier with the way it looks. Now, I love Ambrose's room. I had lots of fun just popping lots of old pictures and stuff on the walls. I was really in the zone when I was doing it. Ambrose's room. I do know there is a black wall paper there, but it's not supposed to be that. That's because I had a lot of problems with the roofing, because I did attach Ambrose's room at very last minute after I did the roofing, and that caused a lot of problems with the roofing because a lot of it was like disappearing. So the walls that we naturally have that comes with the roof, that was kind of disappearing to one side, and I was like, I don't understand what's going on. Managed to fix it, but there are some other roofing bits and pieces that are doing stupid, weird things, like that bit of exterior wall paneling that's coming into Ambrose's room. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. If not, just ignore it. It'll be alright. It's just one panel. But yeah, I've had a lot of problems with the roofing. It's just weird. I've had the roofing go so close to the room, so it's actually going up close to the room, that it's now deleted the wall, and it's making the interior having the outside light come in. And I've tried like rebuilding the wall. That doesn't fix it. So I don't know what's happening. I've managed to fix it, kind of, but I still have that weird one panel exterior coming in. I don't understand. If you draw a wall, it doesn't make any of a difference. But anyways, going downstairs to the very last room of this build, finally. This is Ambrose's mortuary room. I know the spiral staircase, you can enter it in the show via the staircase upstairs underneath. But I tried, I couldn't get the ladder or a pair of stairs underneath without deleting the wall bit, which you can quite clearly see that's still there in the show. So I just popped a pair of ladders just to one side of the stairs we have upstairs, and those little filing boxes, they are trying to represent the human dead fridges that you see in mortuaries, that you put your dead bodies in there to keep them fresh. That's what they're trying to represent, okay? They're not filing thingamabobs, they're dead fridge body cabinet thingy bobby things. You put your dead bodies in there, keep them fresh. Yeah, let's just leave this up. So this video is coming to an end soon, and I'm just doing rearranging the pumpkins a little bit because I moved the stairs and then put them back again, and I don't know why I did that. But I'm just rearranging the pumpkins because you do see the pumpkins in the very first episode of part 1. So gotta put them then. I also put down the graveyard that you see in pretty much an episode that you see from the outside. Had to put that down, gotta put that down because you do see it is there, so I put that down. So this is where I'm gonna leave you, so thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please enjoy the rest of your day. Please keep safe, and I will see you next time. So thank you and goodbye.